Coming home was always a flip-a-coin chance about whether or not I'd find a mess. I was 5 years older than my brother Zach, who was 18 and lived like some farm animal. My old bedroom was across the hall from his. And sure enough, it looked like another tornado had passed through our house. His clothes were scattered everywhere, there was trash on the floor, and his stereo was blaring. Zach was definitely proof that evolution was real, because he clearly missed the bus for it. I just stood there wondering how we could be related. And even though I lived in a college dormitory and missed my parents, I didn't miss living across from this zoo. And then the zoo animal himself showed up.
Whoa, Sarah, you startled me. I didn't hear you come in. What are you doing home? Don't you have like a college boyfriend or something now to keep you busy?
I'm going out with my friends tonight and needed an outfit, I said, pinching my nose to mock the stench of his room. How could guys put up with being so disorganized and careless? It was no surprise he could never find a girl to tolerate this. He'd probably expect a girlfriend to clean all of this up anyway.
Are any of your friends hot? If they are, can you give them my number?
I scowled at him. I couldn't believe there were guys out there who still acted like this, and my own brother, for crying out loud. He wasn't bad looking. He could have all the women he wanted if he just quit this self-centered attitude and treated the other sex with respect. One of the friends I was going out with tonight had a father who was working on some top-secret technology. She'd given me this prototype remote that was supposed to change people's appearances. I didn't know how that was possible, but picturing my brother as some overweight slob to match his lifestyle was amusing. And then he might finally change his act. However, as I pulled the remote out of my purse, I saw that the switches and dials weren't labeled. I had no idea what did what. I tried one. The remote made no sound. But then something happened. My brother's short brown hair suddenly exploded out of his scalp and fell against his face, in a new shoulder-length style. I didn't say anything. And he didn't say anything either. He seemed completely oblivious. And the more I studied him, after the shock of this remote actually changing reality wore off, I realized that his new hairstyle looked kind of girly. It was also blonde. That's a nice hairstyle you got there, Zach, I said nervously, seeing if he noticed.
Thanks, sis. I had to do something different and creative, and I think the girls will dig it.
I looked at the remote again, examining its array of unlabeled options. I tried another switch. This time, Zach jumped back as if something had hit him. But my eyes instead were on his t-shirt. It changed! All the hems shrank, showing more skin and revealing more of his chest. And I thought to myself, that looks like a girl's crop top.
What was that, sis? It felt like you zapped me with something. Is that a remote in your hand?
I continued playing with the remote. The next change took my breath away. My brother's chest began to expand, his pectoral muscles swelling into mounds that stretched out his top, pushing outward and downward. In only a few seconds, Zach was displaying cleavage. And more than I could ever achieve. His breasts were large and impossible to miss, hanging out there like he wanted some boys to play patty cake with them. Once I'd torn my eyes off his chest, I realized that the rest of his body was distinctly feminine. His skin was smooth, his waist was thinner, and those jeans of his weren't showing off skinny male hips anymore. And yet he continued to stand there with a smile as if nothing was different. I tried the remote one more time. Zach's facial hair vanished as makeup appeared on his face. He was also now wearing earrings. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. My brother didn't look like my brother at all anymore. Anyone who saw him would think he was a woman. Hey Zach, I said. That's a cute look you're showing off there.
Thanks, sis. It's almost 100 degrees outside. I gotta show off some skin. And you know the boys go crazy for it. Hey, when did my room get to be such a mess? I need to find myself a hunk to clean this up. Hey, can I borrow something to wear tonight? Something tight, revealing, and easy to take off. Wink, wink.
As I watched this new Zach go into my bedroom and start looking through my closet, I began to doubt that his new appearance had made him a better person. I would have changed him back, but the remote was unresponsive now. It looked like I was stuck with a new annoying sister.